You know, in today's world, your dental practice's website has a really important job. For a lot of new patients, it's the very first time they'll ever interact with your practice. But here's the thing, just having a beautiful design, well, that's not going to be enough to actually grow your practice. So I want you to ask yourself this. Is your website just a pretty digital brochure kind of sitting there online? Or is it an active, powerful tool that's actually bringing new patients through your doors? Because honestly, a lot of practices have these gorgeous sites that just don't do the one thing they're supposed to do, which is generate growth. Let's think about it this way. Your website is basically your digital front door. Long before a patient ever steps into your office, they're visiting you online. And that very first click, it shapes their entire perception of your care, your professionalism, and, well, your whole brand. Okay, so how do we make sure that first impression is a great one that leads to an appointment? The key, and this is so important, is to understand that your website has to be designed to please two very different but equally important audiences. You've got to build it for search engines, like Google, and you have to build it for the real people looking for a dentist. And what's really fascinating is how different their needs are. On one hand, Google needs all these technical signals to rank your site. It's looking for things like a clear structure, super fast loading times, and the right keywords. But a human visitor, they need something else entirely. They need to feel trust and confidence. They're looking for easy-to-use navigation and a really obvious next step, like how to book an appointment. So let's talk about that first audience, Google. Before you can win over a patient, they actually have to be able to find you, right? And that's where search engine optimization, or SEO, comes in. It's all about making sure your practice shows up when someone in your area is searching for the services you provide. And this goes way beyond just sprinkling in a few keywords. A really solid SEO foundation includes things like title tags and meta descriptions. That's the little headline and summary you see in a Google search that makes you want to click. It also includes this secret weapon that so many practices overlook, called schema markup. This is basically special code that helps Google pull out things like your 5-star reviews and show them right there in the search results. I mean, how great is that? And, of course, your site has to be fast. Nobody is going to wait around for a slow website to load. At the end of the day, all of these technical, kind of behind-the-scenes details, they send a really powerful signal to Google. They prove that your website is a high-quality, relevant source that deserves to be shown to potential patients. But remember, getting found is only half the battle. Once somebody actually lands on your website, that second audience takes over, the human user. And now, your job is to turn that curious visitor into a scheduled patient. This part is all about building confidence. We're talking simple, clear navigation so people can find what they need without getting frustrated. It means using real photos of your actual team, not those cheesy stock photos. You want to show off trust signals like patient testimonials right up front. And you have to make it incredibly easy for them to connect, with your phone number everywhere and really clear calls to action like a big schedule online button. When you nail the user experience, you're doing so much more than just giving out information. You're making a potential patient feel reassured. You're making them feel understood. And you're making them feel confident that, yes, they have found the right practice. And when you bring these two worlds together, that powerful SEO and a fantastic user experience, your website completely transforms. It stops being this passive, static brochure and becomes something way more valuable. It becomes a genuine growth tool. Just remember this, the best dental websites don't just look pretty. They are strategically built to do one thing incredibly well: turn online traffic into actual patients in the chair. So if there's one thing to take away, it's this. A website that ignores SEO, it's never going to get found. And a website that ignores the user, it's never going to convert the few people who do find it. To really succeed online, you have to balance both. It's absolutely non-negotiable. So ask yourself honestly, is your website truly built for both Google and for people? If you're ready for a digital front door that doesn't just look good, but actually works hard to grow your practice, it might be time for a closer look.